What's going on, everybody? How are you guys doing? What's going on? All right, so I'm excited about this next push. So welcome to FX Pro Now, and if anything, soon to be OmniFX. This is what I've been thinking about for a while now, and I've been holding back, and I'm not holding back anymore. I'll put it to you like that. I'm not holding back anymore. My homie Greg just hit me up. He's like, "Oh, I need to get that shirt." Yeah, you know what's funny? I totally forgot I had. I moved so to be able to go for some reason. So I'm looking. I don't know if you can hear. Like, there's put in the comment section. Yeah, nothing. I have no internet yet. Now, I got my phone's internet to power this. So this is a brand new development. They don't have my internet service, so I have to get a completely brand new internet service and all that. So I'm still waiting on that. Hopefully I'll have it by tomorrow or the next day at the latest. But yeah, guys, so you guys can hear? Okay, good. Just making sure. I can't tell what you guys can see. So welcome to FX Pro Now. How you guys doing? My name is Philip Anglade, and what I'm really looking to do is, yeah, it's going to be a bad connection probably the entire time. What I'm really looking to do is get people to the point where literally you are the indicator. You don't need anything else. You don't need to be searching for anything else. You don't have to keep on searching and searching and searching for more. You literally are done. And that's how I believe education should be taught. I believe education should be when you go about your life. I believe that that we should be free as human beings. I believe that we should do what's best for our family. I believe that we should do what's best for all of humanity. No matter what will happen in between. So I've decided it's good. I know to the majority make a sense, and I've decided to, you know what, I'm able to take that away. So I thank you guys for continuously this information that I'm putting out there is sharing this information is good, because there's nobody, you wouldn't be logging with doing this with your friend, no member who wasn't, and be happy. I know. I appreciate you guys for that. So Okay, can you guys hear me now? Because I just connected to my girl's phone. Works better. Can you guys hear me? Is it a better connection? Because I just connected. Is it better now? Okay, perfect. So like I was saying, I'm gonna say everything that I just said just now again. I know the information that I'm putting out there is good, and there's nobody that's going to take that away. This is one thing that I know. When it comes to education, I believe that education should be something where it's a one and done thing. You learn the information, you go. It shouldn't be something where you have to keep on searching and searching and searching for more. It shouldn't be tied to something where you are forced to keep on coming back for more. It should be where you're one and done. When I was going to school for engineering, I learned a course. Let's just say I learned dynamics. I don't have to keep on coming back for more. I learned the information. I'm out, if that makes sense. And one thing, one thing that I want to put out there is, no matter what, I'm going to do always what's good for the majority, for the collective of for the group, and not for the collective of the few. And one thing that I know is anytime I do something, I'm going to do it at its highest peak. And from now on, I'm not going to I'm not going to hold back. I'm gonna do what's good. And I'm excited to be able to serve. I'm excited to be able to help, because I've been holding back for a while, and I'm not holding back anymore, because I know you guys need this. There was a point in my life where I literally had nothing, like nothing, and I had a daughter, and I was really searching for something more. I was searching, like I could not, I didn't feel right. I didn't feel good being away from her 12 hours of the day to go make $1,000 in 2 weeks. Like, that was ridiculous to me. And I asked a friend of mine, I asked him, hey, listen, what else are you doing for money? Because like, I need something. And he mentioned this thing called Forex. And ever since then, that has changed the game for me. And at that point in time, I had hardly any money. And if I was, I don't even want to go that far, but I didn't have that much money. And I know during the learning process, it's not easy. So for you to have to be subject to lose money in the trades, and it can be hard. So what I've decided to do, and this is what I've been doing for a while now, is to give out this content completely for free. Literally do these videos when I didn't feel like it. So much for months and months and months, and I never asked for anything, and I'm still not going to ask for anything. And now I had this idea of, making this into a course and sharing it, and it started to work. People are actually winning from this, and now I realize, like, man, doing it in person, it can really be hard, because like hard for other people, because you're going to be flying in from all these different places, and I don't want you to have to save up and wait and all this other stuff. Like, that's not the point. The point is for you to get the information and go about your life, And I realized, you know what? I probably got to automate this. I got to automate it where you can be able to get access to it right away, and be able to watch it over and over and over. Because there's some people that it's hard to be able to learn right when I say it, you learn it and then go. Sometimes you need to be able to watch it over and over and over. And this is why I decided to do this online course thing. And for a while, I said, oh, I'm not going to do it for now, because I want to make sure that I'm being nice, is probably the best way I could be able to put it. But now, instead of just being nice, I'm going to do what's right. Okay, so I'm going to be putting out this content. So just know December 16th is when it's going to be like the final release to everybody. December 16th, the anniversary of when I've learned about this thing called Forex. December 1st is going to be when I'm going to have the pre-launch, right? And for the first 100 people that get the actual course online, it's going to be half off, which is going to be really cool. I think it's going to be cool, right? But what I'm doing is I want to know, okay, who can I be able to, and now why? Because the thing is, I want to make this as perfect as I can. And the thing is, me, I have a certain mindset. And if with that certain mindset, I don't know what everybody else wants or everybody else needs. So what you'll be able to do is be able to let me know, hey, listen, I think you could tweak this, or I think this can be better, or can you expand on this? And that's what that first 100 is for. So I want as many, I need as many people as possible to get in that first batch, so I can be able to make it as good as possible for you and the people to come. And just know that it's going to be really close knit, and you're going to be able to literally, it's just going to be, I can cater to you guys is the best way I can be able to put it. All right. So I know I went kind of on a tangent. Most of what I'm talking about right now is going to be spoken about December 1st, when I'm actually going to launch it to our group. But I'm just really excited. I've been speaking about this all day, and I'm like, you know what? What am I waiting on? So I'm going to do this, and, I know you guys are ready for it. So if anything in the comment section, let me know if you're ready for this online course. I really want to know, like, are you guys, excited about this, So let me know in the comment section. So as you guys are writing that in the comment section, I'm going to go ahead and go into the charts right now. How you guys doing? My name is Philip Anglade. Welcome to fxpronow.com, and welcome to the beginning of your life. I don't even know how that sounds, but one thing I know is when it comes to this world of trading, it's changed the game for me, and I know it'll change the game for everybody else as well. So what I'm looking to do for you guys is literally go ahead and go into the charts and be able to see what have you see what I see. I just moved into my brand new apartment. It's really, really, I think it's nice. I love this place. So I haven't been in the charts since last week, Friday. And so it's going to be literally brand new, fresh. And I'm going to show you how I can be able to, how I go into the charts literally without looking at it for the last couple of days, what I do. And I'm going to be doing this for specific pairs. And maybe if I find something, then I can be able to show you what I look for to enter in and all that other stuff. Now, we do also have, so we have a free portion where you can be able to get access to the basics and also to these live videos. But then there's also a portion that you can be able to actually be able to get literally the details on how all this comes together. So it's an online course, and also there's the in-person course. And then you can be able to get access to all of this on our website. So when you click onto the description below, you can be able to get access to all this stuff. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. All right, let's go. So let's go ahead and get into the charts. So if anything, let's just go straight into gold. Let's see what's going on with gold. And again, I haven't been looking. I have no idea what's going on in the charts right now. This is silver. Oh, so it found its bottom, I think. So I think it's going to start to push up for silver, but we're going to talk about gold. All right. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on here. So man, this thing fell hard. Wow. So, mind you, I've been calling this for a long time now. And what I see here, you need this? Oh, but I'm on your.
You just make sure it's not dead.
It's not. Yeah, I got you. So what I see here is the fact that price has so for a while now I've been calling this buy, and this buy is gonna what I see is the fact that it'll go really, really high, like into the $1,400 range. So if you're actually holding physical gold, it's probably a good deal for you. So what I see here is the fact that price has broken structure to the upside. When it comes to this H4 time frame, it has broken this last high over here, these last highs, and created higher highs. And what it needs to do, it needs to retest. So it has retested as far as it should have, or as far as I see it retesting, period. So with that being the case, what I do is I pull out my Fibonacci retracement tool. Now, I know that this Fibonacci retracement tool is something that, you know, everybody wants to learn and stuff like that. And one thing that I know is when you understand this tool, it really just makes things way simpler. But I promise, it's way more than just a tool. There's going to be people that are going to teach you how to place it. That doesn't matter. Because mind you, like if you guys have been on my videos for long, I've been placing them over and over and over. Obviously, it hasn't helped you by just watching me place it. What I'm going to show you is not just how to place it, but why you're placing it. That's one. How to place it, two. But then also how to use it, like what it means. So I'll put it to you like this. Each one of these areas, where am I at? Each one of these percentage points, they actually mean something. It's not just something there for no reason. They actually mean something. And when you actually take the online course, I'm going to tell you what each one of them means. I can do it right now, but just for the Fibonacci retracement tool alone, I talk about more than an hour and a half to 2 hours. And in person, it's 2 hours. Now, it takes a lot of details, but just know that 78.6 retracement is like a slow retracement as time continues. So it's bound to move slowly as time continues. Being the fact that this candle pushed up so rapidly, I do see a continuation of this trend to the upside, definitely. Now, if price decides to go anywhere lower than this 100%, that's a different thing. But I do see this continuing its way to the upside. I'm guessing once price went from point A to point B to point C at 50%, I did call this buy. And as you can see here, this green line right here, it did exactly what I said it would. I caught all these pips, and then price decided to keep on pushing to the downside. Now, I do see, I would hope, the fact that this is the lowest that it's going to go, but it can go all the way to 100% retracement, which I don't see it going back into this level of consolidation. Price broke its structure, and I know a lot of what I'm saying is Chinese. I get it. Believe me, I've been there, right? Price broke its structure, right? We'll call the top of the consolidation, that area, right? So price broke its structure and had to retest that broken structure. And I guess it wanted to do a very deep retracement, okay? You see how price is literally sitting right on top of where that area is? I do see this continuing its way to the upside, but just to be cautious, you know, this is kind of a little hard to say, to tell you the truth. Let me do this right here. So right now, price is at this 38.2, which is exactly where price needs to go for it to be considered what we call a higher low, right? So I do see this as a continuation of this buy, but what I would love to see is a blue candle or a bullish candle engulf or eat a white candle, and we talk about this in great detail as well. So on the 30-minute chart, we see that. So and then also what I see is the fact that this blue line right here, my EMA, price is sitting right on top of here. So I do see a continuation of this up move. And where would my take profit be? And what I'll also show you is how to be able to use what we call extensions. So this negative 27% is mostly always my first take profit, okay? Boom. So this would be my first take profit. So we'll see as time continues if price will head to this area. So let's continue. All right, let's go ahead and go to EURUSD. As you can see, I always start out on the higher time frames. Oh, bomb, look at that, bro. So remember, like I said, I haven't been looking at all, right? I have not been looking at these pairs at all, right? For the last, what, couple weeks, something like that? Not a couple weeks, what I'm talking about. Since last Friday. You see this arrow right here? How I said price is gonna go to 112? Look at exactly where it went. To the freaking T. To the T. Like put in the comment section. Put in the comment section right now if you remember when I said, hey, listen, price is gonna go to 112. And I said it, and you could look back at the videos, like where I'm not, playing. November 18th, I said, listen, price is gonna go exactly here. And that's where price went. And then I saw price continue to push up. That doesn't mean anything. Just because it pushes up, this is just a retrace, right? It's just a retrace. That's just what the market's gonna do. Like, that's just what it does. So anytime you're negative, that doesn't mean anything. Don't get scared, right? The only reason why you're scared is because you're over leveraged. If you follow and pay attention to what I say, when it comes to session number 1, where I say 2% risk management, you'll never be scared. You'll never be scared because 2% is so small that it's not gonna affect your account, okay? So I promise, if you just follow what I'm telling you to do, you'll win at this. But you gotta pay attention, stay excited, and never stop learning this information. I promise you, this stuff truly works. Like I told you exactly where it was going, and this is exactly where it went. It's crazy, right? Right here, I said price is gonna push up a little bit. It did, right? A little bit, and that's why I said a little bit, and then it continued its way to the downside. And I was just being safe when I said this area right here. Kept on going exactly where I said right here, right? Now price is just reversing, right? So I'm going to take off these. And remember when I put on these green things for the next video on Sunday, then I'm going to be like, I told you so, all right? So negative 27%. You see, remember that 27% thing that I was talking about, right? Your extension. And this is what I talk about in the course. Like, this is literally everything that I do over and over and over again. I promise this market stuff is really not that hard, right? So from point A to point B to point C was most likely 61.8. You're going to see this go to the T, to the freaking T. You see that? And then what's my first take profit? Negative 27%. And where is that lining up on with? My monthly key level. So who was in? So write in the chat if you were in that one-on-one with me yesterday, last night. If you weren't, that's okay. Who was in the other one-on-ones where I told you, listen, what you're looking for as far as these situations is for negative 27%, a key level or whatever it is, to be in quote-unquote confluence with each other, so that when they line up, you can say that's exactly where price is going. Do you guys remember that? Somebody write in the chat right now so I don't look like a fool. Right? This is exactly what it did. You see how negative 27% was exactly on a monthly key level. So Quinn, go ahead, and wouldn't you agree this is exactly what I said is what you're looking for? This is exactly how this goes. Okay? So now we're gonna do it again. It's literally gonna be the same exact thing. Right? It's gonna be the same exact thing. I promise you, this market stuff, once you get it, once you know the rules, you just got to follow the rules. And what I teach are the rules, not indicators. I teach the rules. As you can see, there's nothing on my chart. There's this blue line thing. I don't even look at it. All right? I look at it from time to time if it's like lining up with certain things, but I hardly even look at it. So what we see here and here, you see how these candles, boom, boom, very cool, like it pushes up and then pushes up. This is what we call buyer's exhaustion. So price wants to get to this area, but I don't really see it continuing, right? So I don't really see it continuing all the way to 61.8, which would be like the first area, but the market's going to do whatever it wants to do. So that's on the H4 time frame. So the H4 time frame, it correlates with this M30 time frame, okay? So what I want to do is I want to see where there will be a break of structure before I even get into this, because like the way that EU has been moving back here, and this is when like looking back testing and stuff like that, you see how price pushes up, pushes down, and then breaks, and it continued to 61.8. If I was to pull up my fibs right here, point A, point B. So price stopped at 38.2, pushed down, and then pushed up to 61.8, right? That can fake some people out, right? So the same thing could probably happen here. Stop at 38.2, push down, and then push up to 61.8. I would rather look for breaks and structures before entering, being the fact that it tricked me back here, right? But it's okay. Like, that's just what the market does. So this is what I mean by breaking structure. So I'm going to make this into a red line right here, right? So this is a low, right? This is another low, right? It's a higher low. This is another higher low. This is another higher low, right? There's going to be another higher low placed up here. The second that price breaks through, any one of these lows, what we're going to look for is for price to retest. This is what the market always does. Retest that broken area. It'll either go to that broken area, go lower than that broken area, or go above that broken area. That's okay, right? Then what we do is we pull out our Fibonacci retracement tool, and we need to make sure that it gets to at least 38.2 on the Fibonacci retracement tool. And then from there, that's when it should continue its way to the downside. And where's my first take profit? Negative 27%. I promise on everything that I love, what I just said just now, I promise, is worth multiple thousands of dollars. The exact same thing that I just told you just now is worth thousands of dollars. So when you watch the replay over and over and over and over what I just said. I promise you that right there is worth thousands. And I'm giving it to you for free. Free. This is what I believe is good. Okay? And what's crazy is there's people that don't like that. Well, and this is what I said to my cousin. God is good. No matter what. As long as I keep on saying this, as long as your heart and your mind in the right place, everything flows from there. And I'm going to keep on doing that over and over and over again. And give and give and give and give. Because a couple months ago, I had hardly anything. And, all right. So let's continue. All right, boom. All right, so that right there. So what I'm going to be looking for, again, is a break in one of these areas, right? Now, here's the thing. This is what it looks on a lower time frame, but on a higher time frame, this is what it looks like, bullish candles. When you actually take the actual course itself and I really, really break down this, you're going to realize, like, wow, this is all it is. Yes. So on a higher time frame, you see bullish candles. On a lower time frame, you actually see structure. You actually see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so I need to find a break of structure first before I can be able to feel comfortable telling you guys anything on this. So what we need to do is have one of these lower areas get broken. The second that they break, and what does that mean break? We need a bearish candle, one of these white candles, to close past the last low. So let's just say this pushes down and a bearish candle on the M30 time frame closes, right? That's when I'll feel comfortable feeling like this broke structure. It'll probably continue to push down. That does not mean, a key word, that does not mean to hop in. That means that it broke structure. Now what you have to do is you have to wait for it to retest. And then once it retests, it will create a bearish engulfing pattern looking just like this right here. It'll create a bearish engulfing pattern. Okay? And create a bearish engulfing pattern. With that bearish engulfing pattern, somewhere up here, once it creates that, that's when you get in. Boom. And that's when you're going to get profits without drawdown. That's how this works. Okay. And I know I went through that really, really fast, but just imagine being able to get that same exact information that I just said, but broken down into puzzle pieces. Each piece is, let's say, 30 minutes long or an hour long. That's what the course is, literally, step by step by step by step by step. Okay, so that's why I'm so excited, because I this is all I do. All right, so let's continue. I don't. How do you do this? Oh, okay. I'm not a Mac person. I have my PC sitting right here, but this screen just looks a little bigger. I mean, it looks a little better. So EU, what I need to do is I need exactly what I just shared with you a couple of times done. So this may push up and create a wick. Now, what's also important to know is what time is left, and I'm not getting all into that. It could be able to take forever. So just know I do see this continuing to the downside, and I do see it continuing. Let's say that it pushes. Let's say it stops here. So it's either going to stop here, and this is exactly what I did back here, and it did it exactly that. It's crazy. So it'll either stop there, or it'll stop here, or it'll stop up here, right? But then essentially, I see price heading to here. You're going to realize I'm doing the same thing over and over and over. Now, let's just say that price does not stop here and it continues. That's another story. I don't see it continuing to like 78.6 or anything like that. There's a reason why I only have these three on here, because these are like the major ones, right? But essentially, I actually see it pushing further down, all right? And I guess it's going to get to here faster than I thought it would have. But we'll see from there. But I'm just going to stop from here, okay? So EU for me is not that ready, but it's almost there. We'll see by, I want to say probably tomorrow night, like London session, what will be happening. So let's go to AU to see if this one's ready. I haven't looked at UJ, but I wouldn't be surprised UJ is ready. Check this out. Look at this. Look, the same thing. Go back on November 18th. Go back on November 18th, because it seems like, you know, that I was on point, right? And you'll be able to see this. I've been out of the markets because I've been moving and all this other stuff, but yeah. So this is, oh, bro, 100% retracement, 100% retracement, push down. This could be an uptrend, because it did this right here and it's pushing up. If price here, I'm telling you what it is. If price breaks through, I'm going to give you the actual number too. So pay attention to this. If price breaks through, and I'm going to make this a whole number. If price breaks through 0.73, if price breaks through and closes past on the H4 time frame, keywords. Right? So you see, listen to the words that I say, okay? Listen to the words that I say. If price breaks through and closes past, so a full candle closes past the H4 time frame, right? So on the H4 time frame, if a candle closes past 0.73 and closes past a full candle close, then it broke structure on the H4 time frame, and then I see it continuing to push higher and higher and higher. It's going to stop. It will retest that broken area, make a higher low, and then from there continue to make higher highs and higher lows in the future, if that's what AU decides to do. Now, if AU stops right at that 0.73, I would rather for that to happen, right, and continue its way to the downside. Either way, it doesn't even matter. You'll make money either way. It's just that if price breaks through 0.73, you have to wait a long time to truly feel comfortable, in my book, when it comes to entering in any type of buys when it comes to AU, being the fact that AU's been in a downtrend for a long time, right? But either way, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see, okay, if price stops at 0.73, then it's still a downtrend. It will continue to make more lows, and hopefully it will break that last low that it just did. So let's see. So what I've been saying is, if one of these candles ever closes past this red line, which is this last high over here and this last high over here, if price closes past this area right here, it is what we call broken structure, right? And may continue to make higher highs and higher lows in the future. Now, if price stops at this last area right here, this red area right here, it stops just like this and continues its way to the downside. It's a continuation of a downtrend. And then I do see it continuing to make lower lows and lower highs in the future. Now, when it comes to that, if price, so there's right now it's not ready, is what I'm telling you, right? And here's the thing. This is what people think. And I get it, because, you know, like, you think that, you know, the people that are making money in this, you know, make money all day. I guess that can be the case, but my style, I'm so safe. I don't know if you can tell with the RBC thing, but I don't lose as much money as some, okay? Because I'm so safe. I do things where I just keep it safe because I like my money and I want to keep it. All right, does that make sense? So if there's nothing available, there's nothing available. And if I don't trade for 2 days, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm okay. But that's why my account builds the way that it builds. Okay, so when it comes to AU, right, what I want to do is I want price. There's two ways it can go. It can either break this area and do what I said, where it will, here, let's do this. Let's say break this area. This is not what I think it's going to do, so I'm going to put this in yellow. Right? So if it breaks through, again, if it breaks through this, then it'll break through it, retest, and it has to stay higher than this area. If it ever goes lower than this red line right here, meaning lower than this red line, then it's a continuation of the downtrend. Anything that happened here is irrelevant, okay? Now, if price stays higher than this area right here, and then essentially goes higher than this last high, I see it continuing its way to the upside. And then from there, I see price going to this area right here. And look, it literally went exactly there. So if price breaks through this area, I see it retesting. I don't think it's going to retest that far, but it can, and then going to this area right here. Now, if price decides to stay at that red line, then I see where price will go to, and you're going to see I'm doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So let's do it from this structure right here. Now, essentially, it did break structure over here. That's the thing. So essentially, it is an uptrend already, but I just need to make sure of it, being the fact that this is a very strong downside move. It already broke structure over here like a while ago. It did what I said, where it will retest and then pull back. And let's see how far it pulled back. If it pulled back to 50%, now essentially the take profit would be here. Right? But I don't, being the fact that this has been a downtrend for so long, I can't call that yet. I would like for it to break through there, retest again, and then I get in that. I'm not going to get in on the first one. Okay. So my bias is still on the downside, being the fact that the trend has been so strong. So, but I'm not getting into any trades until it tells me, hey, listen, this is where it's going. Oh, that green line. So I already drew it. So that green line is where I believe price should go. But we'll have to see this in the future. Let's look at UJ. I've been excited to look at UJ this entire time. Okay. Yep, and it broke it. Exactly. Let's look at the H4. Yep, this is exactly ready right now. And I actually saw this last night. Who was on with me on the Red Blue Cloud thing? How I paused on UJ and I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I needed to do. So for a while, I've been calling this 114.2. I've been calling this for a while now. You can go back to my last, whenever I did my last video, and I'm pretty sure I called this. And that's exactly where it went. And what I was wondering, okay, is it going to keep on making higher highs and higher lows? So right now, this is technically a pullback, but being the fact that for a while, you'll see that this area right here has been just so strong where it just can't pull past this. As you can see, it just can't. Like, it just hasn't, at least. I don't know if it can't, but it just hasn't. But anyways, it got to this area and it just stopped, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if price, because I do see it like as an uptrend, you know, like I'm going to keep doing that until it's not, right? So I do see price for the short term, real short term. I do see price going to this 113.2 area. Okay. So this is like 20 something pips. Nothing crazy. All right. So I do see price heading to this area right here. Right. And probably even getting a deeper retracement. Now, so this is like an easy 25 pips. You can be able to catch this like right now. To be able to get into this right here, right? And remember, the purpose of what I share is where you, so essentially if you got in from last night, you'd be up right now 50 pips, because I called this from last night, but I just didn't say it, essentially. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, so my goal is not to give signals. That's not what I do. Because then essentially I'm holding you back. You may think that you're winning. You're not. You're being held back. My goal is to teach people so that they can be independent, where you don't need me. Okay? So you see how 78.6 lines up with this 38.2? Right, 78.6, point A, point B, point C for the H4, and then this bigger one was based upon the daily time frame. So this is where I see price going. I bet I can almost, I don't want to say guarantee, but I'm almost, I'm what's the wording? I'm not certain. I don't know if that's how you put it. I'm not certain that this is going to go here. Okay, this is a small time thing, but if this is what I really want, this is the real trade that I want. And if you didn't get in from last night when I called this down move, and mind you, this was out without even having my chart up. This was just from MetaTrader. I just saw it was in consolidation. I knew where price was. It was going to stop and keep on going down. So what I really want is for price to break through this last area right here, but definitely this last wick. If price breaks through here, oh, now we're talking about a real trade. Because if that's the case, now we're looking for lower lows and lower highs to be forming. And now we can start to flip this where my take profit will now be, let's say it breaks that area. So from point A to point B, price breaks through this area, retest at 38.2, and then continue to the downside. So that's what I would love. So I'm going to make that blue. I would love for the price to keep on going, break this last low, and then from there, I would like for price to pull back up to 38.2 or higher, right? Because I know it's going to fake people out. And then from there, I want to get into this trade more. Because this right now is just a retrace. You don't really want to get into retraces too much. I want to get into broken structure areas, and then get in on the down push. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. So if you want to be able to get a quick, something pips, you can be able to do that. But just know that it's technically still an uptrend. So I wouldn't condone that. But I don't even know if I said that correctly. Condone that. I wouldn't suggest that. But it's on you. All right. Because I'm personally not getting in because I would have got in from back here, not right here, because that's the middle of the move. You need to get in the beginning of the move, like if it breaks structure, like right here, to get to the downside move. All right, GJ. $100% retracement, beautiful. Man, GJ, I know for sure it's messing up a lot of people in the field in that area. Look at that, bro. That's crazy. So, yeah, I just wouldn't get in right now. I already know what it's doing. It's faking out a lot of people, and that's why it's looking like this. Let me look at this real quick. I just wouldn't touch GJ right now, especially right now. Like, everybody's confused on this because there's and it would take me forever to really break down why, but just know that there's confusion on the daily and weekly chart. There's confusion on the daily and weekly chart. I know it for sure. Everybody's looking at the same thing. We see a retest of this area right here, right? We see a retest of this area right here, and it should be a continuation of that downwards trend, right? But on the daily time frame, it's actually it's still a retest, right? And what we see here is the fact that it's still a retest as well. So people are wondering, okay, on this daily chart, is it trying to get into that upwards trend, or is it continuing this downwards push? Being the fact that it's been in this downwards push for a while now, and based upon the weekly chart, it's a downtrend. So I'm just not going to say anything about GJ right now because I like, as you can see here, based upon this daily candle, look at this, bro. Like, who's making money off of that? And if you are, that's great, but it's just too dangerous for me to say anything about this right now. Okay, and I'm not saying anything about GU. I'm just gonna stay away from that for now. Bitcoin. As you can see here, Bitcoin has dropped under 5,000. That is a huge, huge, huge deal. Just know that being the fact that Bitcoin has dropped under $5,000, and right here is the lowest low. If price decides to make a lower candle under there, Bitcoin is going very, very far down. Very, very, very far down. And you could be able to catch this. You can be able to catch this move to the downside. I wish I was looking at the charts yesterday, to say the truth, because this would have been like a crazy trade. So there's nothing that I'm going to be able to call when it comes to this right now, because it'll just wipe out your account if you're not careful with this. So that's what I had. Mostly what I did right there was like teaching. UJ did the move already. I was hoping that it didn't do it as of yet, because I could be able to like had you get in there. But just know that that I'm working diligently to get this course content out there so that you're never dependent on a soul ever again, whether it be from your job, whether it be from just money by itself. You know, I watch documentaries as far as how the monetary system works and how just the system is created, and it's just crazy how now we have something in our hands where we can be able to take charge and be able to really change the game for our families over time. Okay, so good stuff, Alberto. Like, believe me, man, we're gonna make this thing happen. So I'm excited. I'm excited to put this up. I got this in Australia when I was out there. Chakras. Who's into this stuff? I just looked at it. Who's into this stuff? I think it's pretty interesting. All right. I think I have this throat chakra pretty good. But and who's into this type of stuff as well? I have so many books. You know what's crazy? I have, you know, my daughter's crib, I have my bed, I have like all this stuff. You know what was the heaviest box? The heaviest box, I mean the heaviest thing. I have a dresser. The heaviest thing was my box of books. Can you believe it? It's crazy. So greatly appreciate your time, guys, and just know, man, I've been saying this like for years now. If you're connected with me, like, I'm gonna make sure you win. I don't know. I'm just gonna make sure you win, whatever it takes. Because you know, I always looked for somebody to help me, you know, and I'm excited to be able to give. That's just what I like to do, you know. So I greatly appreciate your time, guys, and yeah, man. If anything, my boy Avery just texted me. You know, he could be a testament to that. I think, you know, like even when you know I was building my last company, like I hardly had anything, and I was like giving my all every single day. And what sucked is the fact that people would give their all as well, and they weren't receiving. And I knew that me sharing what I was doing before just wasn't good. And you know, I would share this to the leaders above me, like, hey, like, how can I be able to help? How can I be able to help? And all they would say is just keep on moving forward, keep on sharing with other people, and kind of leave them behind. It's like I understand where you're coming from, but like there are people that do want it and do put in the effort, but for some reason it's not clicking. And at least with this, when it clicks, and it'll change the game for you for life. So I really appreciate your time, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully on the next video we'll find something. I know last night on the RBC we had one trade, and you know, people made money on it, but we'll see on Sunday if there's something that I could be able to say, hey, listen, get in on now. But just know on that UJ, I'm pretty confident about that one. All right, guys, see you soon, and let's become an FX pro now. Let's get it.